Hello and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the absolute most MGP each and every week from the Fashion Report minigame when judging begins on a Friday in the Gold Saucer. This is week 315. The clue this time around is New World Harvester. The individual item clues include the Great Sigmascape for our helm, Go West for our body, Cast your culottes for your legs, and skirts of your feather for a left ring or bottom ring slot. In this video we have a 100 score, an 80 with dies, and the easiest 80 possible. For the 100 score then, as you can see, we have gone for the clue Sigmascape and gone to Sigmascape itself. We've unsynced this. It's very easy to do. Get a friend, or in my case my girlfriend, and just blast through that unsynchronized. You only need to do this on normal. You can do it on the Savage version, but of course I don't see the point in making it harder for yourself. Just get yourself some of the Carborundum helms. So 2 lenses is all you need in terms of loot. I got 2 lenses from my clear, and then you go over to Rauga's Reach, and then you talk to the Omega vendor and talk to the parts exchange, and you will be able to exchange your parts for the Carborundum helms. If you were to do Savage, you would get books, and you would need to talk to the same vendor, but this time talk to the book exchange. And it's as simple as that. Any of the Carborundum or Diamond helms from this Sigmascape will actually work for gold. And as you can see, we went for the one for healing just because it's the one I wanted the most. For the chest piece then is only 1 item that will fit this slot. This is a crafted recipe, as you can see at level 50. Quite an old one this. The materials aren't too difficult to obtain, and of course the recipe is fairly easy considering, you know, we're level 90 now on crafters. But of course this is a glamour piece. It is equipable by all characters in the game, all classes level 1 and above, making it a nice one to have, especially if you're excited for Dawn Trail. Hopefully we see some more of the New World fashion. But yes, you can make this with Weaver or get it from the market board, and that is the only item that's going to give you gold for that slot this week. For the legs then, for the culottes theme, funnily enough, we're going for some culottes. There are lots of culottes in the game. I went for the leather ones because they're the most accessible and the cheapest. These are equipable by all characters and classes in the game level 5 and above, and you can get these from low-level city-state armor vendors such as Gwalta. If you go over to Gwalta in Uldar's market district, talk to him, and then go to the Disciple of Hand and Land tab, you will find these right at the bottom. And they will only cost you 135 gil. There's not really any point in any other space for this slot, but of course other culottes would work here, including the toadskin culottes or the boarskin culottes, and probably many others, but all of them are going to be more expensive and less accessible than this item, but again only requires level 5. And then finally, for our bottom or left ring slot, I went for any mood horn ring, if I could speak, in the game. I went for the mood horn ring of healing. This is in particular a vendor purchased ring. Again, I've gone for whatever I chose in terms of my helm, so I went for healer. You need to be level 62 at the very least to actually equip these rings. Go over to Urake in Kugane. This is the character that's found in the Kugane markets, right next to Muto and the other guy, the Battlecraft guy. This is actually the jewelry supplier, and you can get the ring for 15,741 gil, which isn't too difficult to come up with that sort of gil, or you can craft this with Goldsmith alternatively. Other item alternatives include the Yeti Fang rings of any class, and I believe the Griffin Talon rings of any class will also work, as they share the same model, and there's probably lots of others, but this is the most accessible, as you can pick and choose what job you want to represent, and also level 62 and a gil price. Anyway, all in all, the 100 score isn't too bad, but let's move on to the 80 with dies. Okay, for the die options to get yourself an 80 guaranteed, make sure you have something equipped in every single slot. That includes your right side and left side, and follow these dies. Any weapon in the game, dye that off-ard blue, which is a crafted die or from a market board. Coral pink on any helm in the game, which are from the Sahagin vendors. The chest piece needs to be Aldgoat brown, which is from the Selfic beast tribe. And any hands in the game, Sut black dye. Any legs in the game, Aldgoat brown from Selfic vendors once again. And any feet in the game, Adamantoise green, which is actually from the kobolds. All of these are pretty much just vendor purchase dyes from those various tribes back in A Realm Reborn. But obviously the exception being the Arthard blue. Very simple this week. No premium dyes, nothing that's going to set you back either cash shop real life money or, of course, expensive retainer ventures or market board costs. A lot of this should be fairly accessible and cheap, which means we can combine a lot of that with other items to make an easy 80. So let's move straight onto that. So for a nice easy 80 that's accessible to all characters in the game pretty much, including free trial players, all you need is 2 dies and 1 item. The item in question, of course, is none other than the leather culottes, because this is accessible to every character in the game level 5 and above, regardless of class or anything else, and you can get it from a low-level city-state armor vendor such as Gwalter off the Disciple of Hand and Land tab, basically for 135 gil. You can alternatively craft this with Leatherworker. It is a very great item for this. It gives you gold for that slot and boosts our score quite considerably. And then basically have something equipped in every single slot and combine that with Aldgoat Brown on any chest piece in the game. Again, Aldgoat Brown is available from the Selfic tribal vendors for 216 gil. And on any helm in the game, we've dyed Coral Pink, which is from the Sahagin tribal vendors, again for 216 gil. So just over, just over 400, 500 or so gil, about 600 gil in total. You can get yourself the 80 score and the maximum MGP you can get from this in the week. That's all that's required, is an 80 score. Make sure that you put yourself the MGP buff on if you're in a free company, or use some personal MGP buffs. Anyway, hopefully this was helpful. If this wasn't helpful, remember you can just combine any 2 items from the 100 to get the same result. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. There'll be a link in the description for the Reddit thread where this is theorized each and every week. Go give it some love, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.